I'm going to show you from the back what's going to happen. I noticed taking the spare tire out is a really good idea because it allows you to come in here and you can see here that's the gas tank. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this connection off, this one, and then lower it, and then there's two more up here. This is one of them, and then right up there is another one. And there's a tricky part on 2006 that you see that little white tip right there. That one has a hose connected that's over one, I guess, the frame of this. So as it lowers, that'll end up holding it up. So you gotta disconnect that. So that's why it's good to take the tire out. That's why I have this angle to record this. I remove the tire, and then that one's easy to get to. Once it starts lowering from here to maybe about here, you get really good access to release that one. And also a lot more. So I'm going to keep pressing pause and playing in between. So I'm going to start removing this now. Well, if you've never done it, there's two supports in the bottom. Let me go in the bottom. I'm going to release this one. It has that screw is a 15 millimeter, and then here's another 15 millimeter for the same type of strap that you're holding the gas tank up. My gas tank is almost empty. That's why I'm doing it. So I'm gonna take those two, take the straps off, and then start lowering. I'm gonna put a jack here so it doesn't drop, and then start disconnecting these. This is a 8 millimeter, unless you want to use a flathead screwdriver. But instead of disconnecting from here, I usually do it from here. I saw another YouTube video that did it from there, and this is pretty flexible. It'll just bend up and down. So let me get started. Okay, I just took out the first strap. I'm about to take the second strap out, but before you do that, you gotta support the gas tank like this. And this is the way that I'm supporting it. But even though you see that 2x3 sticking up, you gotta put something flat in the bottom, just because the whole gas tank is made out of plastic and you don't want to put all that pressure in one spot. So as soon as I take out the second, I'll leave it recording here so you can see. I'm going to take out the second strap, and let's see. I already loosened these bolts by hand. I happen to have this torque wrench, so it'll just release it faster because they're pretty long. There you go. So now the whole gas tank is just being held up by this, and the front part kind of has a system that's, this is the car and this is the gas tank. So it's leaning on it, so the front part is leaning. So what you're going to do now is release those 4 cables in the back, plugs, hoses, and lower from the back. Then once this touches all the way down the front, you'll push it back. It'll unhook from the front, and then you can lower that carefully also. Let me see. I could zoom in for the gas tank. Alright. Okay, let's start removing this stuff. So right now I'm moving this where you put gas in your truck, and it comes down to the gas tank. That's what I'm taking out. I'm going to release this bracket so it falls down this way. I just used an 8 millimeter socket to release it, to take this off. Okay, so that's loose. So when the car starts falling, I stop dropping the gas tank, this is going to disconnect and come itself. Over here, this one has this one has some kind of system where you could press and it disconnects. So let me try to do that right now. Okay, I took that one out, you see. Now I have these last two, which is this one, and there's one right beneath. This one's a little bit harder to take out, and let me give it a try now. Okay, this one you need to press the sides. I'll show you once it's down how to press the sides to be able to take it off. But I'm gonna pause this. I need a screwdriver for this. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Got a screwdriver. Let's see how to get comfortable enough to. Okay, this one right here is giving me a little hard time. I got a flashlight. I couldn't see when I was squeezing this whether the pins are being lifted or not, but it's so pretty much what this is, you squeeze it and then you have to just pull it out. That's what I'm gonna do now. I think it's almost out already, so. Okay. Yep, it's coming out. Okay, there we go, we took it out. Now, the one behind it has a similar system. It has, I don't know if you can see it, has the little blue tabs. You press the blue tabs in, and the whole thing should pop out also. So let me see if I could do that right now. And then after that, the tank will be ready to be lowered. Okay, that came off pretty easy. As you can see, so I took this out, this one out, this one, and then this is already loose from here. Here's the clamp. So now I'm going to start lowering the tank. You're going to see the tank lower. Let's see, I'm looking at the camera. This one over here, I still haven't taken that out. Once that comes down, I'm going to start lowering. So you guys have same view that I have. Here's the tank. Here's the top of the tank. I'm going to start lowering it now. Okay, like I said, it was going to come down a little bit more. I don't know if you could see this right now in the camera, but this one here, now I have access to the back of it. I could put my hand in there and release that. Okay, I just released that. I don't know if you could see that. So I took that. So now the tank should keep coming down. You know what, believe it or not, it doesn't come down all at once. Sometimes you gotta push it. So I'm gonna keep lowering it now. Oh, it's probably hanging on to this cable, that's why. So let me pause this, release this. So I just disconnected that, like I said, where you fill in the gas tank. Let me see if I put the camera from right there, that pipe right there. and that was holding it up, and the jack had been lowered on the supports and it just fell down from there to this spot. It's plastic, hopefully nothing happened underneath. So let's continue. So I put the bucket in the back. I'm going to let it lower it some more. Okay, so that's putting it there. Okay, now we can pull this back out. So let me show you the side view of what's going on. Let's do the side of the truck. So there's the tank. It's supported on that little white thing. Now it has two connectors in the front that need to be disconnected. One is right above this corner, right on top of this, on this side, and that's the actual one that feeds the engine. And you gotta disconnect the negative. Like I said, this is my third time. The first two times I disconnected the negative, I disconnected the fuel line here, and nothing squirted out. The second time I forgot to take out the negative, and fuel did squirt out. So I don't know if it's related to that or not. Then there's one more hose connection on this side, right on top of here, on this side of it. So once those two are disconnected, the whole tank is coming down, and then you can see actually, and then there's the two connections in here. You can't see them yet, but it's for the fuel pump, the wires. But the wires allow you to go down a little bit more. So right now, if I did push this whole thing forward, like I said, it's hooked up here, it will drop the front. But first I gotta disconnect those two hoses here. Let me pause this. Okay, I'm gonna show you the connection that I told you that's right here in the corner. I'm gonna show you what it's like. So now we're gonna look up, and let me get the flash. Let's see a little bit better. There you go. There. That's the connection. That two right there. So, and again, it has two. You see a little white, I don't know, gray tabs or light blue tabs. You can see right there. You can see better. And you squeeze those, and it just pops out. So it's easy enough to disconnect. So we're gonna try to do that next. I'm gonna just pause this and move to the other one. Actually, I'm going to disconnect not this side, but the other side first. Maybe that's why the gasoline didn't squirt out. I guess the more do this one last, probably releases pressure or something. I don't know what, but one time it didn't squirt out gas, the other time it did. But I'm going to disconnect the other side first, and I'll go ahead and show you where that connection is. Okay, so here's the view from in front of the car. You got to go up this bar, and you're going to see this pipe right here, this one right here, and again it's the blue connection. Supposedly you just, I just squeeze these two blue things and then pull it out. That's what I'm gonna do right now. I guess I need two horns. Let me pause it. Okay, disconnected. So this is what it looks like. Disconnected. Disconnect. Took this piece off. Now this one's hanging. Now the last one, like I said, we have the last one is the fuel line. Okay, I just released the one with the gas line that feeds the engine, and I did hear a little squirt. Probably just it was a little squirt of gas, a little bit of pressure left inside. That I brought this oil thing to catch the oil. But nothing really fell down, so it was just enough just to wet my hand and whatever up there. So now the whole gas tank is ready to be dropped. Let me do that. Okay, before I release the gas tank, I gotta disconnect the electrical wires that go into the fuel pump. I think right there, I could put my hand there, but you could actually see the fuel pump and the two wires in there. So I'm just gonna reach in, and this one, that one you see right there is a little bit tricky. It's my third time, so I should just be able to pull this little lever out. I need to get a screw for that. little bit. Very nice. Pull a little white piece out if I could reach in there. Let's see. Got it. I release. I'm able to press this down. Oh, picture. There's one. And the other one just has one. Let me see what it looks like. It has just, okay, lifted there. Stop this, I need 2 hands to do that. Okay, I disconnected both those cables. I was pulling the wrong way. I had to snap that thing up and pull back. I was pulling forward, no one was coming out. But now I'm going to lower the front. Just going to support it and then push it back. So, now we're going to drop it. So I did push it this way, so now it should drop. As you can see, it is dropping. It is dropping. So now the only thing that's being held is I'm just going to take the whole thing is very loose. Take that forward. That support from the back. In my case, the gas tank was almost empty, so that's why it's not that heavy right now. But it's already all loose. Let me pull it out and I'll show you a top view. Okay, I pulled it out. Let me show you a top view of the gas tank now. So what, as you can see, it's this is the gas tank of a 06 Tahoe. This is a 2-wheel drive. It's not a 4-wheel drive, so I don't know if there's any difference or not. But what I do know, there are 2 different types of fuel pumps. This one has 2 hoses coming out, and there's no one that has a 3rd one. I'm not sure what that does or anything like that. But I got the wrong one. They ordered the wrong one, so I had to return it and get this one. So let me just show you really quick what you got to disconnect in what order. Now this is from the back of the car. Like I said, first you disconnect this, just hose it. This was holding on to it. When I released everything, it was dropping. It stopped dropping. It was still hung on this, and I released it and the whole thing dropped all of a sudden. But this is, you take this out, number 1, this number 2, number 3, number 4. You drop it a little bit, then you take this one. Like I said, there's a beam that comes right here through the middle. So this one goes later on, goes out on top of it and in here. So when it drops a little bit, you take that one out. And then when the back is dropped, you could push this to the side, and because it's movable, and you'll have access to the fuel line, the one that feeds the gas tank. And then this one on this side also comes off. I think there's an air vent or something. So just really quick, I'm going to show you how to disconnect these stuff. This is the easiest one. That one I had a problem with. I tell you have to squeeze. Over here you get a good view of how it works. There we go. Let me zoom in better. Okay. You zoom in, so you see the clamp. It has like those 2 fangs to push in. This one I'll I'll pull out. I'll close it. You see this part has that lip right there, so it pushes in, and you hear it snap. Now I'm gonna disconnect just to show you. Push it in a little bit, squeeze it, and wiggle it out. And that's how this one works, and that's how this one works. Number 3. Number 3 has the same type of thing. You squeeze in, and the whole thing should come out. This one right here, which was number 2 that I told you to disconnect, has a similar thing, but you gotta squeeze this way. Yeah, this way you squeeze. And it also has like 2 fangs. Get an incoming call. Let me cancel that and decline. It has 2 fangs, and you squeeze here, and you wiggle it. I don't know if you can see. I can't see too good, but over here you can see, if you want to call them fangs or whatever they are. It's on the top and the bottom on this one, so you squeeze from here so that when you squeeze it, those fangs, they press out. And then I kept telling you there's a little blue tab. Here you have a connection from each side. This is the blue tab. Once it pushes in, it locks in, and to release it, you just press these 2 tabs like that. You can see it. Oh, sorry. So it comes in here, and then it locks in. Then to release it, you press these 2 tabs, and you see how down those 2 hooks crush in. Then you can pull it out. And the other side of this looks like this. So, and then those 2 hooks, they hook in here. So it would hook in here, and the blue tabs would be right on this side. You would squeeze it from here, and then pull this one out that way, like that. Alright, that's it for that. Now really quick, you can see actually in the fuel pump lines too, that it's the same type of connection. I'll disconnect it right now, right here. Let me show you. Okay, so I'm gonna, like I said, press these 2 and come out like that. That's how easy they are. Some gas coming out. Press this other one, and that comes out. See, that's how easy it is. Just a little history. I'm replacing this one because this one does not read in the gasoline level. When I put in gas, it always shows empty. That's why I'm replacing. I did get a new one. So you don't make that mistake. Make sure that when you do order the fuel pump, it comes with the gas level floater, the system mechanism. This one didn't come with it, and I installed the previous one, but when I installed it here, it stopped working. So I don't want to try to figure out. I just went and spent. The reason I got this one, it was like $100 less. So then that piece itself costs like about $100. So it's just worth getting the whole fuel pump that comes with the oil level, with the fuel level sensor. So don't save money; it's a waste of time. Me trying to save that money, it's the 3rd time I'm doing this. And another thing, that when I installed it the first time, this stuff, I connected it and just raised the pump, and I can tell you there's a beam here, and this bar got crushed here. When I went to fill gas, it would just kind of like stop pumping like it was full. So I must have squeezed it so much that I guess the air wasn't flowing whatever it's supposed to be. So when I connect this again, this one I connect towards the end, so I raise it, then I put this one around the beam that goes there, and then I connect it there. So next I'm going to take out the fuel pump. So we're taking out the fuel pump now. Am I going the right way? I guess it has to go that way, yes, correct. Okay, it's released. The ring out. You will definitely want to get rid of all this extra dust. You don't want to have to. So this fuel pump, they both, even though I ordered 2 of them, they both came with the rubber hose, rubber gasket. I'm just gonna get that out of the way for now. And I'll show you something else I did. obviously. If you are doing this part, and when I first took out the first one, this was all rusted, and I was trying to take these out and it broke off. And then I tried to, this was all rusted, it broke off, and then it messed up these whole things right here. So these, I ordered them online. Let me get the part number. So okay, I'm back. I found the pieces. So first tip, this tip number one was to, if you order the fuel pump, get the one that comes with the gas level reader, not the one that comes without it. So just tip number two is how to order these things in case yours end up looking like this. And when you try to disconnect it here, it just breaks off. It's so rusted, and this is so rusted inside that can't even save this part or this part. And it comes with the vinyl hose in here. So when I ordered them, let me see. These are the things that I ordered online because I had to order them again. The part number. So what you get in the mail is something that looks like this. This is the size for this. Yeah. All you get is this, and they come two for them. So for the Tahoe specifically, you have I'll read you the sizes. This is one of them is a 3/8 of an inch, and the other one is 5/16 of an inch. So one is bigger and one is smaller, but it'll come like this. So it comes with the two pieces like this, and it comes two pieces each. So two here and two here. So you get two of these and two of these, and come like this. So then what you would do is just slide this part in here, and then in the vinyl hose, this is the tricky part. I saw another YouTube video. I ended up taking off this whole vinyl hose web thing of here and just put it back how it was. So take a picture so you know how it goes back on when you do have to put it back on. And you boil this end on hot water for like, and I left it in a rolling boil, and then I put this in for like 4 minutes, literally 3 to 4 minutes. I grabbed it tight and with gloves and everything, and twisted it hard. Once it twisted, I started twisting it, it came out. And then when I got these in the mail, I repeated the same process, boiled the water, pushed it back in, and for extra safety, I added these clamps to both of them. That's why you see I replaced both of them. That's why you see clamps. So this is not standard, but at least now it fits in. Instead of getting this whole web of wires, I think I called Chevy. I think it was like $300 for this whole web of wire. These were like $6 each for the pair. So all you need is a 3/8 fuel line connection, 3/8 nylon strength, and then the fuel line connections 5/16 steel to 5/16 8mm nylon connection. And also this one I ended up getting just at AutoZone, the clamps that fits that. Where did I get this from? Summit Racing Equipment. So the website is let's see the website there. Let's see on the receipt. Oh, those two pieces, everything cost me $14. Alright, here's the website. summitracing.com or 1-800-230-3030. And then you can replace these with the OEM parts and keep your vinyl hose and not have to spend another $300 to buy the whole web of it. Okay, so let me take out the fuel pump now. Get that out of the way. Build some gas there. Okay. So now this is going to come up. Oh, I need to take these off for the new fuel pump. Okay, so you get to see how I take those off with so I can install them in the new fuel pump. No, let me not do that yet. Let me do it when I have them side by side. So this, okay, so here's the fuel pump. I don't know if you could see, there's one more connection right there. This one, let's see, here's my finger, there's my finger, okay. This one that I gotta disconnect. Yeah, it's pretty easy to disconnect, so press those two tabs again, and then pull the other one down. Let me put this. And then this hose is just going to fall right into the gas tank. Okay. And now I take this out. Let me get my gas thing ready to catch all the gas. Put it in here. Okay, first you pop it out. Let's see if I can spill some gas out of this. Okay, now I'm going to try to take it out. So the thing, I'll twist this around so you can see the next thing is, and then you got to lift it up a little bit because the floater is there. Now, see, that's the floater. Let me pull this out now. Okay, so that's what it looks like. We got to take this gasket back out, return it with the other fuel pump. So this is the fuel pump I'm returning. Let me just focus so the light. Okay, there we go. No, this is the new one I'm connected. I'm sorry. The yellow one is right there. So the new one comes with the gasket, and the floating mechanism comes built in here. Right now it's taped on. I just need to clamp it into this system here, and then I should start reading my fuel again. You know, I was driving for like about 2 weeks without knowing how much gas. I was calculating just on the safe side to put 10 miles per gallon, so I was putting 10 gallons at a time. So every 100 miles I was pumping it up, I'm putting gas in. So I was telling you, this is the old one. This one doesn't come with the little things here, so I need to take this one out, this one, and this one in the bottom, right there. So let me do that next. One side. You don't want to bend these too much, because if you bend it, it doesn't slide in too much. So I want to be careful either way, taking these out. There's one side.